Glorilla told Moneybagg Yo that Black Youngster, he seemed guilty regardless of what went down in that cookie shop. He slipped up and told Glorilla that he was at the scene. And whenever somebody implement themselves in a crime scene and you think just because they cool with you that they ain't gonna tell on you, she told one person and it spiraled out of control. Next thing you know, Moneybagg Yo told Yo Gotti what she said. And you can't blame Glorilla. You can't get mad at Glorilla for what he told her. She was the receiver. She was the person who to basically sit right there and distinguish, like, they really set up Dolph, because she was still in between. She thought that young Dolph actually got hit up by Govan them and Govan them from Orange Mound. So her thoughts never went to, it was Black Youngster them who basically told them to do it. Everybody thought that Yo Gotti was gonna be the main one who came out and basically exposed who did it. He didn't want to even tell people who was involved in something that his name and his brother's name kept getting brought up in. If anybody go around the city saying anything about me, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to jump out there and I'm going to prove my case. I'm going to plead my case regardless of what's going on. R.I.P. Young Dolph. Throw them Dolphins down in the comment section. Let me know if you're a fan of Young Dolph. The DA, they read the affidavits out that was basically put up there so that they can be able to convict the people who did this to Young Dolph. Young Dolph's wife, Mia J, she was one person. She knew for a fact that he couldn't be around all these people with all this money and think nobody gonna try to basically do nothing. They said that they didn't even attempt to try to take the car, nothing. They wanted him. People don't know that this was a strategic hit on Young Dolph.
At the end of the day, we're approaching this trial, and I believe that Yo Gotti is taking a step back because he's still implemented in this. He needs to lay low. With everything that's going on, there's a lot of attention on the situation. We are weeks away from this trial fully kicking off. They're picking jury members. They're getting ready. They're setting the stage for the prosecution and the defense to plead their case. Mia is getting ready mentally, physically, and otherwise to have to be there, be present, in the right state of mind to get through this for her and her family. She's got to be strong for her kids no matter which way they go with this. At the end of the day, anything that has been done in the dark is going to be brought to light, and every piece of evidence that is going to be needed to solve this mystery of who actually pulled the trigger, in a sense.
We know that Young Dolph was one person. He didn't want these people to catch him lacking like that. No, this is why Key Glock said that Black Youngster was the main one. Black Youngster feels some type of way because he knew that after Dolph dissed him in that song, it was over with. This is what led Black Youngster to basically saying F PRE. Regardless of what went down, let me know if you rocking with CMG. Let me know if you rocking with PRE. Paper Route Frank, he deserves a moment of silence. I'm going to give a moment of silence, and I want everybody to send their condolences to Young Dolph. They cracking down on everybody who played a role in this, and the reason why the feds is even involving themselves because Black Youngster implemented himself when he showed how much he didn't like Young Dolph by going to that grave site and doing a music video, smoking a blunt, dumping the ashes on the grave. That's the most disrespectful stuff you ever could do.
It's just heartbreaking that this is the community and how they're responding. They want answers, you know. They see all these actions and these senseless actions being committed by these artists. What is the big deal and why to act that way? At the end of the day, there's enough out there for everybody, but we let, you know, emotions get involved. We let greed get involved and envy. And the next thing you know, we've lost another great artist. We've lost another father. We've lost another member of the society who was trying to do something better. And then we're still going to disrespect him after he's passed. It's just heartbreaking. The community wants answers. Everybody wants to know why. Why was this ever done?
It's been almost 3 years. They haven't released the footage. From what the prosecutors are saying, they don't want to release the footage to basically put it out there as far as it's very graphic on what happened with Young Dolph, the way that they did him and the way that he fell and the whole way that it went down. And I know a lot of people, they feel that, oh, Yo Gotti, he wasn't a bad person. Then they turned around and said Young Dolph wanna sing himself. He was doing his part in it. But you can't really look at that. You gotta look at the fact of how they did Young Dolph. They should have never did Flipper like that. At the end of the day, regardless of if he didn't want to give the song to Yo Gotti, regardless of if he didn't want Yo Gotti and them to know that he was hitting the baby mama, regardless of, it's always a female involved or some jealousy and envy involved.
Every action has a reaction. If you're going to put out there a negativity, you can expect the negativity back. If you put out there the positivity, you're going to get the positivity back. When we sit here and we beef over things that are unnecessary, from a female to a song, go write another song. I'm sorry, my opinion, but there's enough creativity out there, and there's enough room for new genres and new music, just new anything. The world is always ever evolving, but yet we can go so low as to become a beef, and we lose a life, and we lose somebody that was a pillar to the community. Nobody's a saint. Everybody makes mistakes. But when you're sitting out there and you're trying to do good and you're trying to better life, I'm gonna go for that route every day of the week.
But they really plotted on Young Dolph. They didn't like what Young Dolph was doing. They didn't like how the community looked up to Young Dolph. Young Dolph, he showed people how to get money.
He wanted to be a leader. He wanted to show them how to do better and sustain themselves and have a better life. You see videos of him online all the time, with him interacting with the kids in the community and handing out dollars, but also encouraging them and uplifting them and motivating them to do better. Like, he put that out there just the same as he put his music out there. Everything has a message in it, folks. Every song, every action, every video you see, there's some subliminal message in there.
And Young Dolph was the person, he always showed people you could get it on your own. You don't gotta go through Yo Gotti, Jay-Z. You ain't gotta go and sign a black youngster, which is, he's an artist himself. And people signing to an artist, at the end of the day, we know that the way that they came out, popped out with them weapons, hopped out that white car, old girl was sitting right there. She's involved in this. They said that Keosha James was the one who saw everything. She was able to describe everything on a YouTube video. Why didn't the feds pick that up? Why didn't the people come back and say that Keosha James needs to be the one in the interrogation room, because she seemed like the one who know exactly what's on that footage. They know what happened to Young Dolph in that cookie shop. They should have never let Young Dolph go in that cookie shop and knowing he got all that money, and they know that he in tour with these people. They know that Black Youngster was coming to Castelia multiple times. Anytime you come to an apartment complex where you know they be standing out there with blickies and you ain't scared, that means that you really trying to get this person. I know that Young Dolph was a person who put everybody on to Paper Route, Empire. He put everybody on to, like, he even was helping Yo Gotti once upon a time. He was cool with Big Jook. Where did it all fall apart? Who played a role in this? Who was the masked man that nobody could actually point a finger to because they were masked up, and regardless of the description that everyone was given at the scene, it still don't match up to the people who they said got locked up for it. But we glad they getting justice and somebody in there for it. They was on the other side. They made themselves look hot. They incriminated themselves.
At the end of the day, no matter what the beef truly was, because we don't know the whole story, nobody does, but Yo Gotti, Young Dolph, and Big Jook, they're the only ones that know what really occurred. Nothing occurred that should have resulted in these two lives being lost. Nothing. No money was worth it. No entertainment was worth it. No music, no female. Nothing was worth the loss of these lives.
These were people who were cool once upon a time, and then where did it all fall apart? Can you guys let me know in the comment section, do y'all think that this fell apart when he didn't want to give him the song? Or do you think it fell apart when he basically dissed Black Youngster? Or is it a possibility that they got mad because of what happened with his baby mother? He wasn't mad about the baby mother. It seemed like he really didn't care at first. And Yo Gotti is a person who, he got a lot of females, but if he with a woman, he stays with the woman. That's his woman. That's who he think about. That's who he want to be with. I want everybody to know this is sad, but the way that they planned this, the way that they got out on Young Dolph, it all led people to looking at it like, why the feds ain't doing their job? They even tried to blame MPD once upon a time when MPD had nothing to do with it. MPD came to try to see what went on at the cookie shop when they rolled up and did that to Young Dolph.
There are so many parties' involvement on so many different levels that right now we're all just waiting for court, because the defense is going to put out there, the prosecution is going to put out there, and we're really going to get to see the two different sides of the story. And in that, we'll find our truth. All I can do is send my condolences out to Mia. She's about to hit a very hard point in time. This is not going to be an easy journey for her. And I hope that she has a great support system for her and those babies. This is going to be straining mentally, physically, and emotionally. Y'all, this man was the most important person in her life. It is so disheartening to have to raise those babies by herself. So all the love and support her way.
I want everybody to let me know if you're a fan of Young Dolph. Throw them dolphins down in the comment section and let me know if you feel that it was the inside man in Young Dolph camp that basically set him up. Moneybag Yo, he know that all in was cool once upon a time, and then it led back to the point where now they not cool no more. What got in between the Moneybag Yo, Black Youngster, Big Jook, Yo Gotti, and Young Dolph? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.